This is the skyline of New York City as seen from Brooklyn. And this is a part of Brooklyn that few people see anymore. It is the 83rd Precinct, a battleground for the police and young street criminals. After dark, the members of the Devil's Rebels, a teenage gang, roam the streets of the 83rd Precinct looking for trouble. NBC News filmed the Devil's Rebels using a concealed camera with a special night vision lens. Neither the gang nor the police knew we were there. This is how the night starts for the Devil's Rebels, with heavy drinking. They drink beer and wine, and they pop pills, uppers and downers. By 10 o'clock this night, some are ready for action. Some are not. Most of these boys are 15 or 16. Almost all of them carry some kind of weapon, a knife, a gun, a steel pipe. And almost all of them are known to the police. The Devil's Rebels is a fighting gang. And on this night, they found their first victims outside a corner grocery store. What looks like child's play is not. In the middle of all this, a young man was stabbed, and the police were called. The first police to catch up with the gang found themselves outnumbered, and they made no arrests. More police arrived, and 3 gang members were arrested. Later, outside the 83rd Precinct station house, members of the Devil's Rebels threatened to kill the police who were holding the 3 gang members. Some of the police ignored the gang's taunts, but others did not. Police here say there are very few nights in this precinct that are not like this. And they say the 15 or 20 members of the Devil's Rebels are responsible for much of the serious crime in the 83rd Precinct.
Sometimes for no reason.
Wally Savage, who is 18, is a member of the Devil's Rebels and very well known to the police.
Weren't you charged with shooting a policeman?
Yeah. That's the last time I got busted. They told me, we're going to catch you one of these nights and we're going to kill you. You know, it don't bug me, really, because they all tell me the same.
The police tell you the same thing? It doesn't bug you at all?
Nope.
Some people would say they'd be very worried if someone told them that. Why don't you?
Because, you know, if I'm going to die, you know, let it happen now than later.
The Devil's Rebels have brought a new kind of terror to the 83rd Precinct. Police say gang members have set fire to hundreds of buildings here, either for kicks or to keep residents from testifying against them in court. Hundreds of families have been forced out of here, and it is now as much a neighborhood of rats and stray dogs and burned out buildings as it is of people.
All anti-crime units will take...
New York's answer to the crime problem in this precinct, and others like it, has been to assign more and more police and to spend a lot of money on fancy police equipment. But police who work on the streets say that's not working, and many of them are ready to give up.
The feeling, I think, among the men is you keep locking up, you know, the same kids over and over, and they're back out there committing the same crimes.
You know, to them, getting arrested, getting fingerprinted, having a record doesn't mean anything at all. Matter of fact, it's just something to boast about.
I've had guys in court that had that committed 16, 17, 18 different types of crimes, and they didn't go to jail.
So in New York, the police are frustrated. The courts let young street criminals go back on the street, and the crime rate soars. Wally Savage and the other members of the Devil's Rebels gang are terrorizing the 83rd Precinct. And the city of New York, which spends $1 billion a year to fight crime, hasn't been able to stop it. Brian Ross, NBC News, Brooklyn.